No, no, no. They're really just trying to get her off the show. I swear people are provoking her because they just see that she's doing too good. And I smell a conspiracy. I just don't believe that any of this is her wrongdoing. I just absolutely refuse to believe it. Porsha's innocent. Hashtag free Porsha. I'm going to read you what TMZ has to say about Porsha. They wrote, and I quote, Real Housewives of Atlanta producers let a giant skeleton out of Porsha Williams' closet at the final reunion show taping. Raw footage of her dark alley assault on pal Jami Ziegler. We broke the story. Porsha allegedly attacked Jami at a party in December while being filmed, all because she didn't like the person Jami brought as her plus one. Producers told the ladies the cameras didn't capture the fight, since Jami ran out of the house and down a dark alley where the beatdown occurred. But turns out it wasn't true. Our sources say the whole thing was captured on a camera, notably Porsha throwing some pretty mean punches, and the footage will air in April. We're told several women on the show want her kicked off since it was her third fight with castmates, Cynthia, Kenya, and now Jami. If you're keeping score, Porsha knows how to keep the paychecks coming. End quote. I just don't believe it. There has to be an explanation for this. She's not talking about it, but they're allegedly going to show the alleged footage on part 3 of the reunion show. So I guess, we'll actually get to see what allegedly happened then. But I doubt it's anywhere near what they're trying to say. She probably went and tried to give her friend a hug and they thought it was a punch or something like that. There has to be an explanation for this. Porsha wouldn't do that. She wouldn't harm a fly. I mean, she defended herself against Cynthia and she ended up getting kicked and having an abdominal contusion. And as far as her thing with Kenya, she didn't beat up Kenya. She just, gently laid her down on the floor so that Kenya could calm down. So I just don't understand this. Like, they're trying to make it seem as if Porsha is this violent person. Some people are calling her a thug online and stuff like that. It's like, get out of here. Of course Porsha's not a thug. There's nothing thugged out about her. Since when has Porsha been a thug? Porsha's a nice young lady. I just don't get it. I guess people just don't want to see her do well because she's this amazingly talented and beautiful woman. Of course, she's the prettiest girl ever. So, I can understand why the haters hate her because they ain't her. So, they're just trying to throw dirt on her name and throw, salt in her eyes. They're just trying to take her off track from being so successful and pretty. And it's just not working. I mean, she's still just doing her thing. She ended up being on the Celebrity Apprentice after that. Now, if she was such a liability, why would she be hired for so many things? Dish Nation, Celebrity Apprentice. Why does she only act up on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? How come nobody else has seen her act up? That's because she's defending herself. There must be a reason for the season. But anyways, this is all my opinion. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. Remember, people, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Don't believe everything you hear. And don't even believe everything you see sometimes, because I bet you if the footage does show her ramming her knee into that woman's face while she lays there helplessly on the ground, just for example, it was obviously the work of CGI graphics. Nope, it wasn't her. It was just an animation. Make that, a really realistic animation that looked like her, but it wasn't really her. But anyways, let me know what you think about it all below. Meat Magazine on YouTube, meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. Porsha is innocent. Hashtag free Porsha.